Hello and welcome to the Fishing Guide Podcast. I'm your host, Brad Wiegmann. Tell you what, we got a special guest, and we're here back at our house again. Beaver Lake's in the background.
Yes,
it's starting to fill up, and so that's good.
Yes, sir.
Fish are starting to think about biting, and we're starting to think about tournaments, and we happen to have Keith Harmon here. He's with Cross Church, and you have a tournament that's going to be coming up this spring. Tell us about it, and it's, is it the third annual, fourth, fifth?
Seventh annual, believe it or not.
Cow,
Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
Time flies when you're having fun and when you're fishing.
And when you're exactly. So tell us about this tournament. How did it all get started?
Yeah. Okay. So in 2018, a group of guys were together that had kind of a heart for military,
Right.
and also had a big heart for the outdoors as well. And we started to think, how could we pair the two together? And the idea was to come up with a fishing tournament that not only would support the military community and raise some funds to possibly even help financially with the military community, but to give veterans a great day on the water with a tournament angler. So in 2018, we dreamed it up. We did that first one, and we had over 40 boats in the first one. And what's unique about the John W. Brown Fishing with a Vet military tournament is you cannot participate in the tournament unless you have an active military or veteran person in your boat with you. So on a two-man team, at least one of the fishermen has to be retired, vet, or active military. And we've had the youngest participant that we've had was 17.
Right.
That was last year, a female that's in ROTC.
Wow.
And she's already signed up to be in the military once she graduates high school. The oldest was a Korean vet.
Right.
From the Korean War, and he was 90 years old.
90 years old. Wow.
Yes. And so that's kind of how it all started. The payouts have gotten better each year as participation has gotten bigger, as our sponsors have gotten bigger, the money that comes in, we can give more money out. And it's been a blast. I think this last year was our biggest one, and we had right at 70 boats participate.
Yeah. So tell us about John W. Brown.
Yeah, John W. Brown is a local hero. Grew up right here in Northwest Arkansas, went to Siloam Springs High School, played every sport that you can play there. Everybody that knew him says that he loved all sports and everything physical. And they said anything he set his mind to do, he could do. His mom and stepdad, Liz and John Newland, are good friends of mine. And so as we started to kind of think through how could we tie this tournament to a local hero that also brings awareness to the military community and some of the needs that are represented there, I asked Liz Newland if we could name the tournament after her son. And, of course, she said yes. And that's how that all came about. But John W. Brown was part of the pararescue Special Forces team that went into Afghanistan with SEAL Team 6.
Wow.
Their helicopter that they were in was shot down, and he was one of the soldiers that died when all of that happened. And we just tried to do everything that we can do to keep the memories alive, honor John, honor his family, and this was just a really cool way to be able to do that. The stories that I've been told about him was that he was not only a hero, but he just loved the United States of America. He loved this country. He loved serving this country. He thought that he was going to go to school and go into the medical field.
Right.
And he saw a video as a young man of some Special Forces teams. And when he saw that video, I've been told when he saw that video, that kind of changed everything. And that's when he decided to enlist in 2002, went into the Air Force, went through the pararescue pipeline in school.
Wow.
And after that, the rest is history.
Wow. And the tournament benefits some local
military communities. we just want to do anything that we can do with any money that we do make by putting on the tournament. We want to give back to the military community.
Okay.
We have supported one of the local nonprofits that we have supported, especially when this thing first got started, 2018, 19, 20, was Project Red Friday. And that's a local military community that does a lot of different things. You can look them up online. And that was the one that we still support them. But the last few years, what we've done with any and all monies left over is give to Reboot Recovery. Again, you can look them up online, rebootrecovery.com. And that is one of the things that we actually host at Cross Church. At our Pinnacle Hills campus in Rogers and at our Fayetteville campus on Wednesday nights and Thursday nights, we host a ministry called Reboot Recovery. And it is a place where veterans and their spouses can come, be part of a community, gather together with other people who are in the same stage and age of life that they're in. There's a meal provided, there's child care provided, and they're able to just have a community where they can fellowship together, talk about what's going on in their lives. And then when the needs present themselves that are beyond even what maybe can happen in that room on a Wednesday or Thursday night, Reboot Recovery has resources to get those men and women maybe extra help that they might need. So that's one that's obviously near and dear to our heart because we're hosting it right there at our church.
Wow, what a great organization.
Yeah.
And great to have it there at your facility,
Yes.
so open to the public. And so let's talk about this tournament. You have some crazy paybacks, and I actually have a complaint.
Okay.
So, or I guess it's on myself.
Sure.
Either I need to catch bigger fish or smaller fish.
Okay.
Because I think 2 years in a row we have finished. Maybe we did get a check 2 years ago, but me and my buddy Bubba, going to give him a shout out. I don't know, he's not much into YouTube unless you're catching fish. So, but we finished fourth. But wow. I know that you pay like get this random. So tell them about this payoff. Okay. What's first place and as it goes
some
down.
of the other things that we do. Yeah. One of the neat things that we do is we thought, how important would it be to show love and honor and respect to the veterans that fish this tournament than for them to leave with just a bunch of stuff. So the last 3 years, we've been able to give every single veteran a rod and reel combo.
Yep.
No matter what. When they show up, they get that. We have a meal for everybody, of course, and snacks and things like that. We pay $1,500 to first place in the tournament.
Right.
We pay $1,000 to second place, $700 to third place, $300 to big bass. Something we've been doing since day one was $100 to the smallest legal bass caught. That's always a fun one that everybody goes for.
You would think I'd be good at that.
You would think I could win it, but I've never won it. And then random payouts. We pay 10 to 15 random payouts at $250 a piece.
Yeah.
And they're usually tied to a number that means something to the person who donated the $250. So a lot of family members that have either had a loved one pass away just from old age, but they served in the military. Some much more tragic than that. They were killed in the line of duty. And those numbers like 13 means something to that family. 19, 17, 22, 23, 27, 30, 31. And that's just become a real fun thing because it for people who are in bass tournaments or crappie tournaments, you know that a lot of times it's difficult to get people to stay for the weigh-in if they didn't do very well. I'm telling you, we don't have any problem getting people to stay at our weigh-in because everybody knows they've got a chance at $250 if they caught one fish. If you got one fish to weigh in, you've got a chance at the money. And if you didn't catch any fish, you're going to still leave with great prizes. Right. We do a lot of door prizes. We draw for those. Of course, everybody's leaving with that rod and reel combo that usually averages anywhere from $100 to $200 a combo.
Right.
So you're getting good stuff. And that all comes from just great sponsors and great people who believe in this event. It's been amazing. Just people in the community that will walk up to me and say, hey, we want to give money to help you just continue to do this tournament.
You know, what's really funny is when someone is like finishes at 23rd place or something and they go up to get their prize and the other people that are watching them are ribbing them, giving them a real hard time. And then they finish down there farther and they get theirs. That guy turns around and got that lucky 13 or something. And the camaraderie between everyone, you know, in the crowd, I think it really has less to do with it being a tournament. It's a gathering now because it's been going on and so many people like myself have fished it for a couple of years or more years and they just keep coming back because it's such a great event.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that because that really is what it is. Of course, you know, we're recruiting these tournament anglers that fish all these tournaments on Beaver Lake to host the veterans, and that's an important aspect to it. And of course, they want to win. You know, if you've got that 90-year-old man or woman in your boat that served our country, you want them to catch fish and you want to do well. And if you've got that 17-year-old kid that, you know, is in ROTC and is dreaming about one day, you know, being in the Army, Navy, Air Force, or Marines, and they're all excited about that, you want them to catch fish. You want them to do well. But you're right. It's way more than a tournament. From our perspective, we're trying to put on a great bass tournament that is just as competitive as anything else that we do. But our heart is what you just said, that it's an event where people who maybe have been struggling, maybe they've not been doing well. Some of them, maybe they've been stuck in the house for a while. And to be invited at no cost to them to come and participate in something like this and give them just a great day on a beautiful lake, hanging out with somebody who wants to host them, it really has turned into a very special event. And something that we look forward to doing for many years to come.
June 1st out of Prairie Creek, is that right?
That's correct.
So usually you get pretty good weather. It's June 1st?
Yeah, we've always aimed for the first Saturday in June, and we've always gotten it. So that always has worked out for us. This year, June 1st, Saturday, shouldn't be horrible weather yet, you know, as far as the heat. Yeah, it should be perfect. Not cold, not hot, but it will be warm. Obviously, it'll be warm. And we start at 5:45 a.m. out of Prairie Creek. Weigh-ins at 2 o'clock. We always invite the community to come, and even if they can't participate, come and be part of the weigh-in and just love on the veterans and just tell them how much you appreciate them. And we're really looking forward to it. Registration has not opened yet. We're still a little bit early, but when it does, you'll be able to sign up for the tournament at Southtown Sporting Goods in Springdale, Hook, Line, and Sinker in Rogers or Bella Vista. And then online at crosschurch.com/fish.
All right. What's the entry fee?
Entry fee is $80 until May the 30th. And then so that me and the guys that help me put it on, we can have like a couple days to finish everything. We close registration on May the 30th to give us 2 days to get ready. But you can still fish the tournament. It just goes from $80 to $100, and you sign up at the ramp the morning of the tournament.
Because it takes a little while to get organized, to know how many people are coming, how many anglers there are, rods, reel combos that you need and stuff like that.
I hope that people, I appreciate you saying that. I hope people understand that. That's the reason why you've got to do that is you got to know how many rod and reel combos to get. You got to know how much food to prepare so that everybody has something to eat. There's just a lot of those details that, you know, honestly, until I started doing events like this, you don't think of.
But when you just fish the tournaments, it's easy. You just show up and you're getting your rod and reel ready. You're not getting it ready for yourself and everything else that goes. So we did Soldier's Wish for a complete year. We went, me and Mike Ramey, we went everywhere from Gunnersville to Toledo Bend. And so imagine traveling and doing that. But that was a cool little circuit that I worked with. Me and Mike did that traveling, and so it takes a lot to run an organization like that.
It does, but you know what? It's worth it. It's worth all the time. It's worth all the money. It's worth all the effort, and we get nothing but great feedback. I will say, if somebody's listening to this or somebody's watching it and they say, "Man, I'd like to participate, but but I don't know a veteran to ask. I don't know who to invite to
Right.
fish with me. If they'll let me know that they're interested in that, I can pair them with a veteran.
Okay.
That's something we do. Is
Perfect.
a lot of people do know someone that they want to invite.
Right.
A lot of them, it's the person that they fish with on a regular basis. But something that's been really neat for us is to find veterans that don't know a boater,
Right.
and to find boaters who don't know a vet,
Yeah.
and pair them up.
All right. Sounds good. That takes us to Tackle Time. Tackle Time sponsored by PICO Lures. PICO Lures has a complete line of hard and soft bait, so you can check them out. They have them in hook, line, and sinker when you go register or Southtown Sporting Goods, and you can check them out there, PICOLures.com. Keith, if they want to get in contact with you and maybe hook up with a vet to take out fishing, or if they're a vet that wants to hook up and go out in this tournament, how they get in touch with you?
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give my cell phone number.
Okay.
And that is 479-684-9935, or my email, and that is keith@crosschurch.com. KEITH@crosschurch.com.
There you go. There you have it. Like I always like to end the show, make sure you keep your hook sharp, your lures in the water.